what it is. It's your boy Young Guru right here, repping Nork every day. It's not your block, it's not my block, it's Smash Block. Y'all know what we talking about. Let's go.
S-dots on my feet make my silence complete. What more can I say? Guru, play the beat. Hey Guru, tell homegirl to open that H.
Wait until the sun goes down, we gon' make this bitch light up.
One of New Jersey zone, you know, matter of fact, Nork zone.
Pleasure,
Bro, you know what I mean? I got the kid Young Guru with me, you know what I mean? How you doing, big kid?
I'm doing good, man. Just came out, you know, doing what I do. We had something in the community to speak towards the violence. You know, the violence has been popping off crazy going on lately. So, you know, we trying to actively do stuff in the hood, man. That's beyond just these records and, you know, talking. Try to actually put these things into action.
Yeah, do some work. You know what I mean? All that talking. You always put yourself out there. You know what I mean? I always see you with occasional seminars here and there. You know what I mean? Across the platform. So, what's the reason for you wanting to get out here and help people out?
Information given, number one. Number two, I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? I was raised in a household that was rare. My father was there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big part of it. Like, my father raised me with a certain amount of morals. My mother's taught special education. You know, my whole mother side of my family is from North. So this community is special to me. So it's like, it's not just me saying I want to clean up the hood. This is like my family. You know what I'm saying? My cousins, kids that I've watched grow up all these years. You know, and I'm seeing them die. And it affects me. Like, you know, real talk, a bullet went in my next door neighbor house last Monday. You know what I'm saying? This is at 11 o'clock at night. At 3 o'clock, I'm bringing my kids home, and I gotta explain to them why there's a body in front of Ras Baraka house, and we can't go down 10th Street to get home.
Crazy.
This is ridiculous. I'm bringing my kids home, and the corner's roped off. My daughter walks to school. Walks to the bus stop at the top of the corner.
See the nigga laid out.
Yeah, and it's
crazy.
You know, this is our neighborhood. This is where we from. A lot of people take that stance where they're like, yo, I get my money and I move out. I'm making it safer for me and my family. And I understand that aspect. But for me personally, I don't feel that you can change the hood from outside of the hood. You don't have the right tools. You can't take the temperature of the hood. If something happens, you just become reactionary. You walk around and you go, oh, it's a shame somebody got killed. But you're not taking those steps to do anything about it. You can't fix that problem after it happens. You got to fix that problem before it happens. All these things that happen is because of the drug game. It's because there's no fathers around. It's because of lack of education. It's because of drugs. And, you know, I got a kid in Irvington that I watched grow up since he was 5 years old. His mother gets high. She actually owns her house. Somebody passed that house down to her. So she invites other people over there to go get high. What's that little boy supposed to do?
Exactly. He's just running around.
These are real life situations that we in that since I've been blessed, you know what I'm saying, to be stable through this music, I gotta give back to these kids. I gotta give back. Like, how much money do you need? You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm comfortable, my kids can eat, and I got a beat machine and I can bang out beats every day, I don't need to be super rich. Matter of fact, if I get the money, I'm gonna figure out a way for that. They gonna end up killing me. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I'm gonna do. No, it's serious, and I would love for it to happen. I would gladly give my life. You know, when and people hear me say that and be like, oh, he's bugging, but I would gladly give my life for that cause. You understand what I'm saying? If I get the million, it's gonna be going towards certain programs and certain situations. That's what it's for. You understand what I'm saying? All these companies that we talk about in these reverent ways, they started as small companies at some point. And that's what I'm about. I'm about empowering the hood, I'm about teaching, and I'm about information giving. The information I got, I paid for it, but I don't feel like these young kids should have to pay for it. So I'm gonna teach engineering to young kids. You understand? So they can know the science of not just how to make a record, but the science of sound. It all goes to life. You know what I mean? Once you get that science of sound, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You don't gotta be just a music engineer. You could be the guy that has there's a guy whose job it is to roll around to every McDonald's and make sure that them headsets is working when you roll up. He gets paid for that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many, I could go forever on all the jobs that's created because of sound.
Yeah, you see, I just let Guru just go off, you know what I mean? I ain't had no bounce back with no question. Just let the kid go off, you know what I mean? Everything you just said was perfect. You hit it on the notch, you know what I mean? A lot of that goes to say with the hip hop shit. So it's a lot of kids right now and they're just jumping in this. They figure that they without no business structure, you know the thing that's going on with Lupe right now. That's right. It's kind of like one of the sickest things I didn't seen in the last 10.
Right. If there's any advice I could give to the kids right now,
get that to them because they need it.
Is to know and understand for years and years and years. You gotta learn. Wisdom is learning from other people's mistakes, right? That's really what wisdom is. Okay. Sometimes it's your own mistakes, but a real wise man learns from other people's mistakes. So to be short-winded, because I like to go long, but to be short-winded, we have this history as black entertainers of being the best, but not getting reciprocated the money for being the best because we didn't control it. We are in a beautiful time right now where the record labels are falling apart and the internet has come into prominence, which means that the tools necessary for you to create your art are all there for you for free. All you have to do is purchase a computer and have an internet. You know what I'm saying? The point is to stop going for these deals. The reason that Lupe is in that situation is because the label is trying to lock him into a 360 deal, which he knows that he's not going to sign that shit. Right? So it's just like, but you're already in a situation of being in a slave and master or a whole bitch, you know, situation. Right. So that's exactly what it is. You went to this bank and asked them for their money. Now they want their money back, and they have a say as to what you do to get the money back. That's all it is. If you want to put it in street terms, if a man fronts you some money, he gonna have a say about how you move that pack. No doubt. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same situation. So that's really what it is to get that information to the kids that you absolutely in 2010 and beyond do not need that record label, man, for nothing.
Yeah, independence is that way. You heard Young Guru live and direct, Smashblock TV.
But what just to add on, what we need to do, Smashblock, is to show the kids that look, stop thinking that you gotta be 100,000, 200,000 records sold to be successful and have a career. If I sell 10,000 records, that's $100,000. That's not even going to even start talking about my show money. Because if you sell 10,000 records, I guarantee Google could get you shows. You sell 10,000 records. You understand what I'm saying? We talking about a lawyer's salary now. We talking about a doctor's salary now for selling 10,000 rap records. And then you do it again next year, and this is legitimate money. Now you can take that 100,000 and instead of buying the chain and the car and all the other dumb stuff, you buy a barbershop. You start small, or you purchase a house. You run around North and look at all these houses that still don't got people in it from the riots when my mama was on these streets. From the riots, there's still nobody living in the crib. Purchase the house.
Smashblock TV, Young Guru.
This is what it is, man. This is that real education. I know y'all want to
food for thought.
Y'all want to hear about beats and who did what in the studio. This is the type of information that I want to give y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about all of that. Like, that's really what it is. The reason that these kids get into these situations is because people forget that they're kids. So when you get into the rap game, nobody sits these kids down. When an NFL player comes into the NFL, they have what's called a freshman week. That's right. And all the new NFL players come and sit down. And they tell them about groupies. They tell them about what to do with their money. They tell them about how to move, what you can and can't do. When you step into the rap game, no one does that for you. No one does that for you. So now you have a kid, most of the time that's not educated, that now has access to all this money. He's not going to know how to save that money or what to do with that money or how to move in a situation to protect himself because no one has taught it to him. Half the people is trying to jerk him. They don't want him to know the information. You know what I'm saying? The other half don't know themselves. So it's like we need to really get this information to these artists, and we need to teach these children what type of business they're in before they, you know, concentrate on do I have this hit record or not.
What more can I say to you? Get my grown man on. Let's go! What more can I say? Now you know your ass is Willie when they got you in the mag.